Listen to the rules and procedures that will follow for tonight's meeting.
Good evening, and welcome to tonight's meeting of the Town of Babylon Zoning Board of Appeals. The following is the procedure that will be followed tonight. The matters will be called in the order they appear on the calendar, with adjourned matters being called at the end of the regularly scheduled matters. Matters cannot be heard prior to their published scheduled time. When your matter is called, please submit the affidavit of posting to the secretary and proceed to the podium and give your name and address. The chairperson will then swear you in and read into the record information we have from your application, comments from various town departments, and any correspondence received on your application. The chairperson will then ask you to make whatever presentation you wish to make to the board. After you have made your presentation, the board will ask whatever questions the board deems appropriate, and then we will ask for comments from the public. If you wish to speak for or against an application, we ask that you wait until you're acknowledged. Come forward, give us your name and address, tell us where your property is in relation to the property that's in question tonight, and then please direct your comments to the board, not the applicant or the applicant's representative. We have to keep a record, and we cannot do that if there are people talking over each other or cross conversations. If someone has spoken for or against an application, and they have said exactly the same thing that you wish to say, it will have the same force and effect in the record if you give your name and address, are sworn in, and say that you join in those comments. If you have anything additional to say, please don't hesitate to do so, but keep in mind that you will be given only one opportunity to speak. After the public has spoken, the board may ask the applicant to come back to answer any questions that may have come up as a result of the public comments, or for the applicant to summarize. When the applicant comes back to answer any additional questions, if that happens, that does not start a second round of public comments. Once the matter has been heard, various things may occur. The board may decide the application immediately. It may reserve decision. If the board reserves decision, that does not mean the matter is approved or denied. It just means that the board needs more time to decide, may want to go out and look at the site again, or might want to review the documents and testimony further before making a decision. In either event, the applicant will receive the board's decision in writing shortly after the board makes its decision. If the application is approved, that does not mean that you can then go ahead and start construction or whatever it is that you requested from the board. You will have to wait for the building permit to be obtained from the building department before your go-ahead. On some occasions, the matter may be continued for another night. If it is continued, in most cases it will be for the submission of documents, a new survey, new plans, or something of that nature. If that's the case, no one needs to come back on the new date. The documents will be submitted and no further testimony will be taken. On rare occasions, a matter may be continued for future testimony. If that's the case, then people would have to come back to testify. If matters are adjourned at an open meeting on the scheduled date of hearing, no further notice need be given unless specifically required by the board on the date the adjournment is granted. 3 rules that may affect your ability to proceed tonight. 1. If the sign was not posted for 10 days, we cannot hold the hearing tonight. 2. If you commence this proceeding while you own the property, but no longer own the property, and you are here now to continue with the application, you will need either the written consent of the new owner or the new owner to be present for the hearing. This situation could come about if you sold your house or building, money was held in escrow at closing for a certificate of occupancy or permit, and you're here tonight to clear that up. Lastly, if your application is a commercial application, and it's other than a renewal, and there is more than one tenant in the building, then you need your landlord to be here. Is there any applicant that has any difficulty with those situations and would need an adjournment tonight?
Is there anyone that would need an adjournment? Please rise and join the board in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First application tonight is application 24078 of Jorge Vega, property located in North Babylon. Name and address for the record, please.
Paul Fahey, architect of record, 22 Ann Street, Glen Cove.
Okay, I do affirm to tell the truth.
Of course.
Is your client going to speak, or?
If he needs to, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay. For the record, we have a Planning Division memo dated June 5th, 2024, environmental control memo dated June 7th, 2024. If approved, this application will not result in significant impact. Survey by Jason Lettingham dated May 11th, 2023. Tax map acting as an area map, and?
Chairman, there's 10 photographs.
Okay. Would you like to tell us about the application?
Yes, thank you. Mr. Chairman, distinguished members of the board, we are here this evening seeking relief by means of a zoning variance for lot coverage and property line setbacks for the residents of Mr. and Mrs. Jorge Vega of 721 High Ridge Road, North Babylon. At the time of purchase by Mr. Vega, the rear yard had a gazebo, the pool, a paver patio, and site drainage already in place. Mr. Vega had subsequently reduced the coverage square footage by removing the 100 square foot gazebo and a 218 square foot paved patio, and has had these areas resodded. Additionally, he has removed the decaying 16-foot by 20-foot roofed-over raised wooden deck and exterior kitchen where the new gazebo is placed. No square footage has been added to the residence or living areas. The additional building areas referenced in the violation are almost all hardscape, a permeable paver patio, and low split-face block retaining walls with stone caps. Since the new gazebo is on the paver patio, it does not add to the lot or rear yard coverages. When Mr. Vega had the new 15-foot by 26-foot open-sided gazebo constructed, he was under the impression that the contractor was building it to the proper zoning ordinances. The improvements made to this property by the previous owner and Mr. Vega have had no negative impact on this neighborhood. To the best of my knowledge, his neighbors do not have any adverse opinions to his rear yard as is, and having the existing gazebo roof, posts, and piers deconstructed and rebuilt to reduce the depth by 18 inches, and having the low-lying paver hardscape removed would be a hardship to Mr. and Mrs. Vega, who see their rear yard as a refuge. Mr. Vega takes great pride in the look of his property and strives to maintain its welcoming atmosphere. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to a favorable decision by the board.
Okay, thank you. Turn the hearing over to Ms. McCullough.
Hi,
Hello.
nice to meet you all. The property is very well maintained. It's a beautiful property.
Thank you.
So when was it purchased?
2018.
2018.
Yeah.
And when was the gazebo reconstructed?
It was, I thought, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, little by little.
Little by little?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm
Please.
sorry.
I need your name and address for the record.
Jorge Vega, 721 High Ridge Road, North Babylon, New York.
Okay, and do you affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
Okay, we should have done that in the beginning. Sorry.
So one of the main concerns is the portico for the gazebo. It is very close to the property line. Where does the runoff go from there? Is there any drainage from sewage?
It has,
The paver patio has 4 drains. It's on the survey and on the plot plan I have on the plans. They are in ground, and the drainage for the patio and also the gazebo run into those existing drains on
Okay.
site.
I just want to make sure it's not going into the neighbor's.
It is not. The neighbors' properties are higher, actually.
Okay, okay. And so the pavers are pretty much surrounding the pool area.
yes.
Do we have a problem with the pavers near the property line? Or we just wanted that for lot coverage?
2 feet back. should be.
They are 2 feet back. So it's just lot coverage. Okay, the wall.
What?
The stone retaining wall?
Yes.
Which is 20 inches high, is closer.
Yeah, you got to be with the mic.
I thought it was-
Share the mic.
I'm usually loud enough. The stone retaining wall, 20-inch high retaining wall, is approximately a half a foot off of the property line.
Yeah, we need it to be 2 feet off.
But that was built before I bought the house. That area is old, it's like probably 15 years old. The pool too.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, but the survey that you have shows the wall 1 foot off of the property line. I know it's still too close, but it is,
That's .3 on the survey we have.
if I may approach?
.3 on the south yard. Is it a different survey than we have?
No, it's the same one.
Yeah, by the fence.
Yeah. Okay. Back to my point. It's existing illegally, though.
Yes, it is.
Yes. Well, the pool is, I would say probably 15 years old, and that thing was there when I bought the house. And I'm sure they have a permit when they put the pool there.
This is the property line we're talking about,
Yeah.
the wall we're talking about, this one right here.
I know.
Okay.
I didn't touch the back wall, it's been there.
Okay, is there any way that you can pull that in a little bit from the property line?
I don't know what I have underneath, I don't want to get into troubles or drainage and all those things that they have over there too.
What's the wall for? Is it just ornamental, or?
I don't know. I bought the house like that.
It has a raised planting bed within that retaining wall. There's a retaining wall at the property line and a retaining wall further
Further in.
away, and there's a planting bed inside of that area.
Okay, so it's ornamental.
Yeah.
The question, the portico, is it attached to the house?
No, it is not.
No.
But there is a small space between the portico and the roof of the house, or the siding of the house.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's space between the roof of the house and the roof of the portico.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The runoff, are there gutters or leaders or anything on that portico?
Yes.
So the runoff goes away from the house then?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
If we were to approve this application, would you agree not to enclose the wood frame of the portico?
Yes.
And should the wood frame ever be taken down, although you just reconstructed that, if it's taken down ever again, that it be rebuilt in a conforming location?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes. I'm fine.
And no further expansion of the pavers?
No. That's it.
Okay. I have no further questions.
Any other questions from the board? Would anyone like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none. Okay, we're going to close the hearing. We're going to reserve decision. You'll get the decision in the mail. Thanks for coming down.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Next application is application 24082 of Rose D'Alto Epstein, property located in Deer Park. Name and address for the record, please.
Sure. Tamaria Davis of NYCD Group, 118 Bakers Court, Island Park, New York.
And do you affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
Okay, for the record, we have a planning division memo dated May 5th, 2024. A environmental control memo dated June 7th, 2024. If approved, this application will not result in significant impact. A survey by Alexander Tuskerman, dated April 7th, 2023. Tax map acting as an area map, and
Chairman, there's 5 photographs in the site plan by Martin A. Fernández dated January 27, 2024.
okay, what would you like to tell us about the application?
Yes. So I'm here to seek approval of the variance to legally maintain the existing pavers in the rear yard, exterior kitchen, and there's an existing 7 by 14 shed that was part of the property when Mrs. D'Alto Epstein purchased it in May of 2023. And then we would also like to seek the additional variance for the decorative masonry wall feature that's going to be adjacent to the in-ground pool. The pool and the pavers have a C of O, and they've been installed for nearly 40 years. And the masonry block kitchen, the island, we're not sure when that was installed, but so far we haven't heard any complaints from adjacent neighbors. We wish to actually remove the wall feature from the variance request because the wall will be 4'11" and at the maximum height in the middle of the pool, and then transition down to 2 feet high. And we're going to be 7 feet away from the property line, so we believe that that complies with the accessory structure versus an accessory building. And then regards to the planning staff's comments, there is a large row of arborvitaes along the property line, which buffer the neighbor from the pool, so we don't believe that this would have an impact on them. The shed is non-conforming by about 4 feet. 4.3 is where it's closest to the property line, and it needs to be 8 feet. It is timber frame and heavy, so we're requesting to maintain it in its current location, and should it ever be removed, it will be built to conform with the current code. And then lastly, we're requesting to maintain the pavers in the rear. So the lot is existing non-conforming now as far as the lot size and the coverage. It has a large front yard and a smaller rear. So the overall coverage is large in the back, but my client plans to use this as sort of a refuge. They're retired and just want a relaxing area in their rear yard to enjoy. So we're requesting to be able to maintain that and not increase the nonconformance.
Okay, thank you. Turn the hearing over to Mr. Correcchio.
Good evening.
Yes.
Was I made to understand that you're removing the wall, or you
Well, we're removing the request because we believe that is compliant. It's under 5 feet. It'll be 4'11" in the middle, and I have photos if that would help. And then
Okay, so there's no need for a variance for the
Exactly.
wall, that's what you're telling me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I see that there's going to be some propane tanks built into the wall. Is that can you tell me what their the use is?
So yeah, part of the wall feature, it'll have spouts that come out with the water, and then on top is kind of like a fire pit. And I do have photos if it would help to see that.
Yeah, that would help.
Yeah, if you'd like to submit them.
The photos are a little dark, but to give you an idea of what the height of the wall and what it'll look like.
This is real masonry wall. Wall contains waterfall, lighting, and propane fixtures. Okay, so the lighting is going to be past one of them. Yeah, pretty cool. Now, what were you saying, Katie? They build a wall too high, they would have to come back?
Yeah. be the... Okay, so yes, no, we will
Okay, so
make
it'll
sure
be
that
under
it's
5 feet.
under 5 feet, yes.
Okay. And you agree that if the shed ever be taken down, you'll build it in a conforming location, correct?
Yes.
Is there any way any of the pavers could be removed to lessen the lot coverage?
So the pavers are immediately around the pool. They're not excessive, and actually this wall will go over where some of the pavers are now, so.
I mean, it's magnificently designed. I have no further questions, Mr. Chairman.
Any other questions from the board?
Say, okay. You agree to all the conditions on the planning memo?
Yes, we do.
Okay. If the shed ever be taken down, it will be built in a conforming location and no further additional pavers, patios, or decking.
Yes, agreed. Yes, we no longer need it.
So should I make a motion to delete that at this time? Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to delete variance number 3 on application 24-082.
All in favor?
Okay. I'm okay with this.
Would anyone like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none.
Everybody good? Okay. Yeah?
Really nice.
Really? Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve application 24-082 as amended with the conditions that if the shed ever be taken down, it be rebuilt in a conforming location and no further additions of pavers, patios, or decking be rebuilt.
All in favor? Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Propane, right?
That's pretty nice. Put him back there. One, you want the, pass those pictures back? Thank you. There you go.
Next application is application 24088 of Pooja Parkash. Property located in West Babylon.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, name and address for the record, please.
Pooja Prakash, 307 Great East Neck Road, West Babylon, New York, 11704.
Okay, you do affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
For the record, we have a planning division memo dated June 5th, 2024. Environmental control memo dated June 7th, 2024. If approved, this application will not result in significant impact. A survey by Aerial Land Surveying dated February 9th, 2024. A tax map acting as an area map, and,
Chairman, we have 10 photographs.
okay, what would you like to tell us about the application?
I'm here for the shed and the driveway. I'm requesting a variance. It's a variance hearing. I'm actually not prepared. I'm not really sure what you want to ask me. You can ask me, I can tell you why I created the shed and the driveway. if
Okay,
you like.
so you have an accessory apartment here?
Yes.
Okay, so talk to us about the driveway and making the driveway bigger and making living space out of a part of the garage?
Okay.
Why are we doing that?
Okay, so 2021, so I have a legal accessory apartment that got legalized in 10 years ago.
Wow, wait a minute.
2021,
Legalized 10 years ago.
It was legalized 10 years ago?
yeah, I mean, I got the permit. I'm sorry, I got the permit.
So have you
Still a
renewed the
valid
permit?
Yeah, renewing every 3 years.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So 2021, my brother was going through a divorce. He had no place to live, so he moved in with me. I have my son living with me, and I have a tenant living downstairs in the apartment. So I needed extra space for him. So I created a garage into a room with a bedroom with a bathroom. So in order for me to move all the stuff that was in the garage, I had to move it in the shed. So I created the shed for the storage space, and then since there was 4 cars, I needed to make a driveway. And the contractor who created the driveway, he said he spoke with the town and the building department and said, everything is fine, you know, this is how it's supposed to be, and I believed him. So that's basically it.
So you need the 4 parking spaces to get your accessory apartment permit.
I'm sorry?
You need 4 parking spaces to get your accessory apartment permit?
Yes.
So you're asking us to make the driveway bigger based on that?
How was the accessory apartment approved before? You had 4 parking spaces, including the garage?
Yes, including the
So
garage.
Now
yes.
we're eliminating 1 parking space by converting the garage over to living space.
Yes,
So now you only have 3 parking spaces.
yes, absolutely,
You're asking permission for a 4th.
yes.
Okay, so, I don't know. That's the driveway there, yeah.
So it was done already.
So the-
Can your backyard shed be moved?
No, I don't think so. Because it's
Well, they
already
already did this, yeah.
put in on a concrete, I think?
On a slab?
Yeah.
You're looking to do this basically to keep your accessory apartment permit, to extend it. I mean, it's already been done, right?
Yes.
How long ago was it done?
What, the driveway?
Yeah, yes,
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Because,
What brings you here today, then?
because the town gave me you know, the tenant was parking on the grass. It was grass before. So they said he can't park on the grass, and it was hard for us to park all the cars in that, you know, in the
Right,
whatever
now,
driveway I
4
have.
spaces. And you converted the garage area to a living
To
space.
a living room, a living space, yes.
And now, and then when did you construct the new driveway?
2 years ago.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
And
And why are you here tonight?
right,
What brings you here tonight? Did you try to renew the accessory apartment permit?
The apartment permit is renewed, and the garage conversion permit is also renewed. I'm going to get the plumber the plumbing inspection is done already, so they're working on the paperwork.
so it is,
That's why you're here, okay.
let's hope.
Any other questions from the board? Would anyone like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none. We're going to close the hearing. We're going to reserve decision. You'll get the decision in the mail.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Next application is application 24075 of 116 Remodeling, Inc., property located in North Babylon. Name and address for the record, please.
Good evening. My name is Salim Ibrahim. I reside at 254-10 Francis Lewis Boulevard, Roselle, New York, 11422.
Okay. And do you affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, I am.
For the record, we have a planning division memo dated June 5th, 2024, environmental control memo dated June 7th, 2024. Finished basement is proposed for this project. A sump pump is shown on submitted plans in the unfinished basement. No test bore data was provided. Therefore, the department is unable to comment if a finished basement at this location would be appropriate. You should have a copy of that.
Yes.
Survey by Lawrence Michael Haynes, dated July 6, 2023. Tax map acting as an area map. And,
14 photographs.
okay, what would you like to tell us about the application?
Yes, the owner bought this property, I believe, last year. And what he had there, he was like somewhat a shed that was described as a garage on the survey, but that was rectified prior to the filing. And there was also cellar entrance created in the back of the house. When we filed this job, the intention was to follow the outline of the property to not trigger a variance, because we also required a front yard setback that the survey provided us of 23 feet. And after filing the job, we have an objection that a variance is required for the rear yard regarding that structure that was there when the owner bought the place. He has the intention of living there because where he lived in Old Brook, the taxes are very high. So he wants to move here with his family. And this house is very small, and you can see the triangular shape of the site itself. So it's very difficult to try to figure out the proper setback. The garage will be maintained as a garage. There was a breezeway there. That breezeway will be converted to heated space. That would give the bigger space for the first floor. I believe also there was, when we had hired for this job, there was 4 bedrooms, and we still keep it the same amount of bedrooms. A master on the first floor and 3 small bedrooms on the 3rd floor. And the cellar entrance and also the finished area in the basement will be only for recreation only, for the kids. They have play room there. In regard to the structure, I know it's very close to property line. We're not meeting the rear yard setback, property line setback, and that's why we are here. And the structure will be finished, unheated, and also with no plumbing. If any question, I'm here to answer questions.
Thank you. Turn hearing over to Ms. McCullough.
Yeah, but in regards to that structure, so it's a closed structure. You're saying no heating, no plumbing. So what are you going to use it as?
Just for storage or playroom for the kids. Basically, summertime you can go there and play games in there. Basically, that would be that. They will not be active for the winter time, just for summertime, like a cabana.
Like a cabana?
Cabana, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we don't authorize cabanas in the town of Babylon.
So I don't know the correct term you can apply for, because this is what we submitted to the town, and there was no comment about the name of the structure. The reason was only because of setbacks. On my comments I received from the examiner.
It was submitted to the town as a cabana, you said?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
There was
No comment, no.
accessory building. Okay.
Because we had when we received the comment, there was tagged as a shed. We call it a garage for storage. And after that, they said no, and we call it as a structure as a cabana. That's where we got for the cabana name from.
Okay. But that, you said that was there when the property was purchased?
Correct, yes. But it was not that nice, the picture that you have right now. The owner put siding into it, and inside is unfinished right now.
It was that same size, though?
Yeah, same size, yes. Mm-hmm. Same size.
That's a problem where it's located. What about the slab for the basement?
The entrance?
Yeah, the entrance for there, yeah.
Honestly, I don't know how somebody just created that entrance for the basement.
That was there when you purchased too?
No. That wasn't after we preferred the house. Because we have a stop recorder, I believe, on the job. The building inspector went there, and they were doing work without a permit. And that's what brought us here for the...
So you guys wanted the basement entrance?
Yes.
You wanted the...
Yeah, but not as big.
Not that big?
No.
Oh, okay.
Because very wide, it's 5 feet wide, and it has a double door to go to the finished
Is there a patio?
cellar.
For downstairs?
Yes. I think we have the drawings. I think we probably have the drawings also showing the finished area. I was told also we can only have two plumbing fixtures. If we want to go to 3 plumbing fixtures, a full bath, we have to go for the zoning board. That also buzzes here.
Are there gutters on that cabana?
Yes, they will have gutters, yes.
It does, or?
No, it will have
It
gutters,
will
yes,
have.
to contain the
runoff.
volume of 3 inches of water.
Is this back, is the rear yard under construction, or it's not landscaped or anything?
What happened is when he bought the house, there was a structure in the back, a big, not stable structure, wood structure attached to it. He demolished it because that was not safe. And so also there was a pool. The pool was removed. And what you see right now is because of the traffic of the equipment that we're using for the demolition of that structure that was attached to the house when you bought the house.
So what is the purpose of the shed if you're gonna use the other accessory structure as storage, for storage? Can't get rid of the shed?
Oh, yes, we can with the shed, yes. The shed will be removed.
So if you said the basement is gonna be finished or unfinished?
Finished.
Finished.
Yes, yes.
And what will be down there?
A recreation area.
Recreation
Yeah,
area?
for the
A
kids.
recreation area in the cabana, a recreation area in the basement?
No, recreation area is just because I say recreation because the cabana can have a place for the kids to play, basically, for the summertime.
A lot of recreation.
Or we can call it storage if he wants to. No, personally, I didn't receive that comment.
Application 24-075, is that the one you have in your hand?
Yeah, he's in accessory building.
Third page, Jeanette.
How does
Okay.
cellar entrance get built?
We can order a soil boring test. 17 feet deep, I believe.
So the cellar entrance is done without permits or nothing?
No.
This is huge, this is a big cellar entrance.
I know.
You have a motorcycle down there.
It's 5 feet wide
Small
with the
cars.
2-inch wall
You
inside.
get a VW down there. My son would be happy.
I believe the survey. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 steps, sir. 8 steps. 8 steps, yes.
The accessory building in the rear,
Yes.
can that be moved closer off the property line? Because from your own pictures, it appears that the overhang from the roof is basically going into the rear neighbor's property.
If I have 1.10 and the overhang is 1 feet, 10 inches away from property, the gutters will be 5 inches, or be 4 inches away from the fence, for the property line.
Real close. Especially with a 20 by 20 foot structure, right, to the rear of the house.
So the gutter will be 5 inches away from property line.
With all the work going on, can we move that thing closer?
For which one? For what? For the,
For the 20 by 20 accessory structure. It's way too close to the rear property line.
This one looks like it's all hanging over.
It's hanging over and it can be moved. It's not, is built on a concrete slab?
I believe so. But the thing is, the slab itself by code, they have to have a footing around it. Might be a trench footing. We have to dig to figure exactly what you have on the bottom of it. But so far, I remember there was a trench footing all around for the wall, for exterior walls.
And that was built prior to you purchasing the...
The house, yes. If I'm correct, there was,
If it's an illegal structure because it doesn't have a footing, it's built on a slab, maybe it can be moved.
I have a question in regards to the basement entrance. What is
Okay.
the purpose of that if you guys are constructing sliding doors in the back? If it's gonna be a recreation area downstairs, what do you need?
the attention, first of all, when we filed for the work, there was only one door, regular door, 36-inch door. After the building inspector went there, he saw the extra of the cell entrance. So I don't know exactly what the reason was for to have double doors for the bigger sliding doors for the cell entrance. But if that's a problem, we can always reduce the width. I can have the client reduce the width of that entrance to conform to your concerns.
Yeah, it needs a rear yard setback, either way. So it's not about the width or the width of it, it's more so the length of it.
So it either has to be like a L shape to meet the requirements, because we do have an overhang. That's the thing also.
Will the L shape suffice?
Clearly,
Okay, so we off 2 feet 2 inches.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can redesign this at the entrance to meet the required 30 feet setback.
Okay.
Well, first, we need to verify that with the test bore, the basement is feasible. That has to be reviewed by our environmental department first.
Okay.
And then reduced.
Yeah, before anything further goes on, you should do the test bore and make sure that the basement is sound enough to support a finished basement.
Okay.
So I would do that first. The accessory. Is the inside of the accessory unit finished? It's all finished
No,
inside?
right now, no, it's not finished right
It's-
now.
It's,
It's not finished. Just a sheet, not sheet rock, sorry.
Is it sheet
framing,
rock or
no,
just
framing.
bare studs?
No, framing studs, open framing, the windows and everything.
so that can be moved. Okay.
Proposing to finish that structure?
Yes, because this is what required for the plan examiner for the comment, to show the finishing of the structure. We sheet rock and just finish floor, that's it. There's no insulation, basically into it.
Were your intentions to put plumbing and heating into that
No,
accessory
it's
structure?
not- no, we can't because that was what.
What about
concern-
electric? Lighting and,
Believe so, yes. Outside, because as a step entrance, has to be lighting for the steps. Inside,
yeah.
just a basic, maybe one fixture inside, maybe. If the structure has to be deemed storage only, I can have this, the client says, okay, just for the storage.
Be lifted and moved.
would you agree to move that structure 6 feet off the rear and west side yard?
Okay, to meet the requirement 6 foot on each side? Yes, I have no choice, because I believe at the research, there was a variance done, I think 1964, regarding that structure, and that was denied also, so. Eh? No, because that was built already. That structure. I believe there was pieces of it over the years. In '64, I believe that was denied. There was no reason. I didn't see no comment about it. I just said denied.
You agree to move it
6 feet, yes.
What about, is this survey up to date? Because the aerial photograph doesn't show this one-story frame structure next to the basement entrance. Has that been removed?
Yeah, it was removed. The original survey was showing a bump out.
So this update,
We need an updated survey.
this survey is out of date.
I was not the one who submitted the plans. I believe that the survey should say updated because we had to do a front yard setback. So that survey should also show the front yard setback. I think that was just last year's survey, I believe. That was just submitted to the town, to the board.
PVC fence over here. There's no fence. There's no gate. There's two sheds. It doesn't show the shed. I mean, pool was temporary in-ground pool. How do we get a reference point from this survey to that aerial?
All right. Any more questions from the board? Would anyone like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none. We're going to close the hearing. We're going to reserve decision. We're going to keep the record open. We're going to need a test bore to see if that basement can be used. You're going to need an updated survey. Now, are you willing to move the shed?
Yes.
Or the accessory building, actually, not a
Yes,
shed?
6 feet.
You're
Yes.
willing to move it?
Yes.
So if you're willing to move it, we can diminish variances number 4 and 5, and it would have to be put in a conforming location for you to get your building permit.
Okay. And sorry also for the cell entrance.
As long as we can see what's gonna be there, for sure, so.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna make a motion on application 24075 to diminish variances number 4 and 5.
Yeah, let's.
Wanna wait? Okay, all right, we'll wait. Plot plan. Okay,
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
for
Have a nice
coming down.
evening. Thank you.
okay. All right, too long on that one, man. Killing my time now. Now we're gonna buzz through. Next application is application 24067 of Factory Direct, Ashley Furniture, Home Store, property located in Farmingdale. Name and address for the record, please.
Hi, James Mosiri, 575 Madison Avenue, New York, New York.
Do you affirm to tell the truth?
I do.
For the record, we have a Planning Division memo dated June 5th, 2024, Environmental Control memo dated June 7th, 2024. If approved, this application will not result in significant impact. A site plan by High Point Engineering, and I can't read the date. Tax map acting as an area map, and, okay, what would you like to tell us about the application?
Well, first of all, that Google image is not correct of what's presently there and what was presently approved several years ago by this board. And I'm seeking to renew a previously approved variance for, it's either 3 or 5 years, I'm not quite sure, at the premises 1640 Broad Hollow Road for the main accessory sign for Ashley. I have a drawing of what's currently there.
Oh, we got something here, hold on.
It was, yes. And it was approved, the variance was approved. Sign
What's the
permit-
difference?
It doesn't say home store anymore, and I have it right here if you'd like to see it.
There's home store on his site, his
I have something I'd like to show you.
You gotta go back to that. All right, so is that the only difference, is you took off the part that says home store?
And the logo, the house logo, the orange logo, is now centered on top. You'll see the drawing I submitted. The total height, if you drew a rectangle around everything, is 8'6", and it was approved by this board at its inception, and we had to renew that.
Sign has changed, so did the sign inspector need to?
It should say 8'6", doesn't it? I may have something here. No, I don't, but it is 8'6", from the bottom of the Ashley letters to the top of that house logo.
So you need to submit something to board with that show.
I thought that was submitted when we,
The plan they have is different.
Plan we have is totally, we don't, yeah, the plan we have is the old sign.
gee, I don't know why, yeah.
What do we got?
This plan that you gave us doesn't give us the height,
Before and after, but it doesn't give us the height.
doesn't give us the height. I mean, if the height is the same, that's fine, but that's not, you know, what's,
Well, the overall height is the same from what was there, it's just that they lowered the, well, they're new letters,
I
but
see
the
they lowered the Ashley and they put the
house on top and eliminated the,
But
I can't even see what it says
We
from
can't
here.
approve the height if we don't know what it is. You're gonna have to get us something that's showing the height.
I can provide a new drawing. I thought you had the correct drawings, apparently you don't.
Did the sign inspector come and look at the new lettering and signage?
Yeah, we have a permit for it.
Well, you have a permit from the last time for the old sign. You're asking for a new one, right?
No, the sign was done several years ago. This is not new. I'm renewing the variance for it.
With the sign existing as it is today?
Correct.
That was done, the Ashley with the house on top was done 2 years ago, you said, and you had a permit for it?
Approximately. Yes, we have a permit. You could, I'm sure you have the records
All right.
here, or you can
So,
obtain them.
If you can provide us, that's all we need. We need to
Okay.
know that the footage is proper, that, you know, what's on the variance. If it's not, we'll have to adjust, or whatever, you know. If we think
That's
it's-
fine.
If we think
It-
it's okay, honestly, I think it's okay, but we need to know the measurements.
I understand that. Is that something I could just send in? 'Cause
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Okay,
you don't have to
because
come back.
I
You could
came
just
from
send it to the
Manhattan.
zoning
It's,
board. Yeah, no.
Sure,
You could just send it.
okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
right?
All right, that'll be fine.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. May I have that? Actually, you can hold on, I can print another one. No, it's okay, I'll print another one. Thank you.
Yeah. For this application.
Anybody here for this application? For the record, there are none. Okay, we're gonna close the hearing, a reserve decision, and we'll keep the record open for a new plan showing the height of the sign. Next application is application 24084 of Winter Brothers Waste, property located in West Babylon.
Morning. Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. My name is Mark Cuthbertson with an address at 434 New York Avenue, Huntington, New York, 11743, representing Winters Brothers in this application. I'm joined by Will Flower from the company, who is, among other things, the Director of Governmental Affairs.
Is he going to speak?
I don't believe so unless...
That's fine. Okay, if we do, remind me, I gotta swear him in.
I'm sorry?
I said, remind me, I have to swear him in if he has
Yes.
to speak.
Okay, understood.
All right, for the record, we have a Planning Division memo dated June 5th, 2024, Environmental Control memo dated June 11th, 2024. If approved, this application will not result in significant impact. We do not have fire marshal on this, so we're going to need that before we can move the application. Survey by John Robinson dated September 15th, 1999. Tax map acting as an area map and
Chairman, there's 4 photographs and site plan by June 10th.
Undated.
October 2nd, 2023.
Okay. What would you like to tell us about the application?
It's just a request for renewal, special permit to conduct a public garage and for permission for outdoor storage of trucks and I believe containers in the rear yard. This site is used in connection with the other Winters Brothers sites in West Babylon. They have, and as a part of their operations, they are a company that is engaged in the collection of waste and also the processing of waste. Nearby, they have at 19 and 99 Nancy Street, they have transfer stations for municipal solid waste and for construction and demolition debris, and also have the company's overall operations and office
John's doing West Babylon.
in the vicinity. So just this particular site
Did he scare you?
is necessary for their operations, you know, the storage of trucks and containers.
All right, thank you. Turn hearing over to Mr. Correcchia.
Okay, and before Mr. Correcchia, I just wanted to note, I did look at the planning staff memo. The ZBA was kind enough to give me a copy yesterday, and I pointed out the issue with the barbed wire, and the client was kind enough to take down the barbed wire yesterday. So the barbed wire that was on the site has been removed.
So no concern about the barbed wire because you removed it?
Yep.
Correct. We're just waiting for the fire marshal. And as far as storage of the containers, on the survey, there is or the site plan rather, there is a section for the storage for the containers.
Right.
On the separate section right there where the pointer is.
Okay.
And we have there's a lot more containers on the opposite end of the property.
I see.
Basically, this public garage permit is for the repairs and construction of your own containers and your own trucks, correct?
Correct. Yeah, there are no outside.
Okay, so the outside storage, based on the plan here, the containers should be stored on the opposite side of the property. That's what they're showing. That's what you're showing here.
Okay.
So that could be cleaned up, right?
Okay.
No problem.
I mean, is that no problem there?
problem. And so basically, we're just waiting for the fire marshal's report. And you're doing a lot of welding and stuff on repairs on containers, correct?
Yes, I believe so.
And the trucks.
I think more so the welding with respect to the containers, but there could be welding with respect to trucks.
We need to get the fire marshal.
Yeah.
Let me, Chairman, why don't I swear Mr. Flower, because he's more
Name and
familiar
address for
with
the
the
record,
operation.
please.
Yeah, Will Flower, 120 Nancy Street, West Babylon, 11704, and,
Affirm to tell the truth?
I'm sorry?
Do you affirm to tell the truth? I'm sorry.
I do, so help me God.
Okay, what would you like to tell us?
So just up the block, one other building is our truck maintenance facility at, between Nancy Street and Mahan, and that's where most of the truck repairs are done. This is primarily, although we could use it for trucks, and we'd like the opportunity to use it for trucks, today and for the past number of years, it's primarily been used for container repairs. What that means is a container behind every business in town. From time to time, wheels break off of those containers, lids need to be changed, a container may become dented, or a compactor needs to be welded with a new floor in it. At that time, we bring it back to the facility and the repairs are made.
Okay, so it's more or less confined to container repair.
That is correct.
All right.
But we would like the opportunity
ability to repair a truck also if needed.
If needed, yeah. But most of the truck repairs just occur two properties to the north of there.
Okay. I have no further questions, Mr. Chairman.
Any other questions from the board? Would anyone like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none, so you're gonna need to get the fire marshal's you report back to us, okay? Let him know what you're doing in there. I think he has a concern about the welding and stuff, so.
Okay. Very good, thank you.
All right?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks. Next application. What? Oh. Move this along, man. Yeah, right, okay. On application 24084, we're going to close the hearing, reserve decision, and keep the record open for the fire marshal's report.
Close the live streaming.
No, not yet.
Can't do that yet?
No. Next, oh boy, and these will. Next application is application 24080, Parmetta? Pramit Farmingdale Limited Liability Company, property located in East Farmingdale. Name and address for the record?
Joseph Clemens, 3275 Veterans Memorial Highway, Suite B11, Ronkonkoma, New York, 11779.
Okay. For the record, we have a Planning Division memo dated June 5th, 2024. Environmental Control memo dated June 11th, 2024. If we were to approve this, it would need a negative declaration. Fire Marshal's report that has a number of items. Do you have a copy of the Fire Marshal's report?
I have not received anything.
Is it? That's a different story.
Should be number 7, yeah.
Okay. And also, we would need Suffolk County planning on this application before we move it, but you're gonna need the fire marshal in there too. Tax map acting as an area map, second tax map acting as an area map. What is this? Let's see, this is a survey by Frank Ward, dated or last dated July 18th, 2016. Site plan by German and Clemens Architecture, dated March 13th, 2024. And? Okay. What would you like to tell us about the application?
Yes, sir. So I'm speaking to you this evening on behalf of my client, Ms. Bianca Karras, in regards to the proposed Barcata, a luxury dog hotel daycare and spa, more specifically, a boarding facility specifically for dogs, and is proposed to be located in the multi-tenant commercial building situated on the southeast corner of Broad Hollow Road and Sherwood Avenue. In summary, the purpose of our request is to convert the formerly occupied and used RT Fabrics home retail space of approximately 6,342 square feet within an existing approximate 46,200 square foot commercial building into a luxury dog hotel daycare and spa. The services offered would include doggy daycare, canine grooming, and overnight boarding, and are limited strictly to dogs. The dogs typically do not stay long-term. However, it would be the intent of my client to offer special promotions, such as for senior citizens whom are in hospice care, or for hospitalized veterans, especially being that my client's father is a veteran himself. These are more so special exceptions. Typical stays are generally for 2-day getaways. 7-day stays do occur as well, however seldom. The actual work which is proposed is classified as an interior alteration per building code standards. The existing exterior aesthetic, for the most part, is to remain unaltered, along with other exterior improvements of the facility, which include parking, landscaping, drainage, and lighting. Part of the request, however, proposes an outdoor dog run of approximately 1,600 square feet, which would replace an existing loading dock area. I would like to state that the dog run would not have any adverse impacts on the existing site, nor would it interfere with any parking spaces or site circulation. It has also been strategically located so that it would be out of the view from Broad Hollow Road. Per section 213.13 of the Town of Babylon zoning code, it would appear that the proposal set before you meets the special exception criteria of the Board of Appeals. More specific to our application, the proposed use will not prevent the orderly and reasonable use of adjacent properties or of properties in adjacent use districts. Use is self-contained and would not have any adverse impacts. The request would not be detrimental to the safety, the health, the welfare, the comfort, the convenience, or the order of the town, as it would not be adversely affected by the proposed use and its proposed location. In any event, this is a prime location for such a use, being located in the G Industrial District and separated from residences. Inevitably, it is the intent for the use to be in harmony with the expectations of the Town of Babylon zoning code and be an asset to the community in which it serves. Their hours of operation vary per the services offered. However, their phone office hours are Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday through Sunday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. If you do have any additional questions with regards to the hours of operation, number of employees, or business model, a representative of Barcata, Mr. Pete Karras, is here this evening as well. We'll be happy to answer those questions. I can gladly say that I am familiar with their operation, as I had assisted the Barcata Group as architect on a project which had been completed in the town of Smithtown approximately 2 years ago. They are a family-owned and operated business which exemplifies what you would dream of when envisioning a dog hotel, daycare, and spa. Their team stresses cleanliness, as it is of utmost importance to my client, and that the facility maintain a clean, sanitary, and safe environment for the dogs and persons within the facility. This is apparent as customer feedback via Google reviews demonstrates a 4.8 out of 5-star rating per 154 reviews. Most persons are very passionate about their pets as they are extension of their family, and the team at Barcata is just as passionate about providing a safe haven for which you can bring your dogs, as many repeat customers are familiar with their motto, a home away from home. In conclusion, the request made this evening for such a use would not violate the general intent and purpose of the zoning ordinance or be detrimental to the general health, safety, and welfare of the town or aesthetics of the neighborhood. The G Industrial District allows for way by special exception the requested dog boarding and kennel facility as stated, and this application meets the Board of Appeals standard required. My client is simply looking to develop a facility of high quality and lasting appeal, one which any patron would feel welcome and would enjoy. Respectfully, we would request the granting of the boards that we can service the local Farmingdale community and would respectfully request consideration for an approval period which exceeds 1 year if possible. We truly look forward to being a good neighbor and, more importantly, a great asset to the town of Babylon for many years to come, and I appreciate your time as always and consideration.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So just talk to me about the dog run. Are we taking any parking spaces out to put that dog run in?
No, sir. So in the rear of the building where you see like that black overhead area, there's currently a loading dock. So the plan would be to kind of bring it flush with grade, eliminate the loading dock as it is, and that would be the area of the dog run. So it really wouldn't have any impact in any of the circulation of the property as it is, nor would it impact any of the parking.
Okay. And just to get back to, just go over the business, well, let me ask you this. So we're not boarding dogs, it's just strictly daycare, or are you going to board dogs?
No, there would be boarding as well. Would you want to expand on it?
Sure. Name and address for the record, please.
Peter Karras, 14 Hamlet Drive, Hopog, New York, 11788.
Maybe you can go through just a little bit of how's it going to work?
Swam in? Yeah.
Say it again?
No?
You're from the Teller Church?
Yes, I do.
Oh.
So basically, we do overnight boarding, we do daycare, and we do grooming. And we have a spa. So that we do spa treatments, you have 7-day daycare, and you have overnight boarding.
Okay. Is there any grooming going on there?
Yes.
There is, okay. And so is somebody on site all the time?
There's nobody on site from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m.
And you have like a
Just left unattended.
Video surveillance we use, same as our other locations. Yeah.
Okay, so you have surveillance? Somebody's
Yes.
watching that 24/7?
Somebody is watching that, yes.
Okay.
It's a service, no cats.
No cats.
She's allergic. My daughter's the owner, she's allergic. 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. And you have staff until 7 p.m. is the last pickup. You have staff on site until 10 p.m. And then as we go to surveillance after that. And that's actually Monday through Friday. Weekends is 8 to 5, and Sunday is 8 to 4. Again, always staff until 10 p.m. though, inside the facility. I'm sorry? 7 days a week. 365 days, there's no close. So, full operation like we are right now, you're between 6 and 8 per staff. You run, probably looking at about 25 employees because of the third, it's 2 shifts a day, and then you have the floating shifts, which would be Saturday and Sunday. So we base it on, we don't really do it based on that. We staff it for the amount of dogs we're allowed to occupy. Because if we can get a surprise, you could show up, we don't really necessarily, like, any given day, an extra 25 people can show up at 7 o'clock in the morning on the way to work to drop their dogs off. As long as their dog is registered with us, has the vaccinations, we'll accept them. So the staff has to be in place in order to accept that load. Realistically, the way the demand is right now, we're at full capacity every day. Over in over there is 45 dogs for daycare, 35 dogs overnight.
Is boarding for everybody or just for seniors and veterans?
Oh, no. That's just too, well, the senior thing, the veteran thing is a discount. The senior thing is something different. We're located next to 4 or 5 hospice. So grandma, I know it sounds crazy, but people don't want to take care of grandma's dog, whatever. If she's in there for an extended stay or if it needs to go up for adoption, we just take the dog in. And we maintain the dog until either a family member can take him or somebody else can take him. And that really came to light because of the demand for it in our particular location, so we extended to our other locations. But that was really just Smithtown. If you look at that that demographic, there's like 4 of them that are right by us: assisted living and hospice. No. It's open to the public. That's yeah. So we do. So for argument's sake, a standard bath would be a blueberry facial, oatmeal treatment, nails, hair, and everything else. We do aromatherapy. We do all kinds of different things. It's a different level. If you enter the place, if you've ever been in like Cape May, New Jersey, they have the Clinton Hotel. We basically duplicated that, right? We have woodwork throughout the whole place, coffered ceilings, chandeliers. Like it's not really what a tour would. I'd love for you guys to come out and visit a tour. It's really an exceptional place. You can go online and see us too.
2 dogs.
Yeah, it is an exceptional place. It's not just standard. There's only one other place on Long Island, a place called Canine Resorts. They're in Syosset and Garden City that do anything like we do in the Northeast.
So is this place up and running now?
Well, Smithtown is.
Smithtown, okay.
Yeah.
And now you're moving it.
So, yeah, Farmingdale.
Are you opening another one, or are you moving?
No, we're not moving. But this is going to be a second
It's
location.
going to be a second
Yes.
operation?
Yeah.
Okay.
High-end dogs.
Yeah, they're getting the faces.
It's a hotel, so we have bellhops, we have room service, we have a TV in every room. So when you visit, it's basically your dog stays in a room. We have one room that has
Can I
a
stay
pull-out couch and a 60-inch TV.
We're thinking
stood
we
there.
want to stay there. Never mind.
So we had our fire alarm was down for 3 days. I stood in the Royal Suite, which has the pull-out couch and a 60-inch TV.
I'll be there.
Yeah, to take care of the dog. So yeah.
When I'm in the doghouse, that's where I'll be.
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny. You wouldn't be.
I'll be there on a regular basis,
Yeah.
okay. All right, any other questions from the board?
Yeah, I think on the drawings that was submitted, it'll show the grooming department
And
also.
dog grooming? Kennel and grooming. Okay. I'll make a motion to amend the application on the request to add to it for kennel and grooming.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So we always only give out 1 year, the first year. Okay.
Yeah.
Time around, you come back, things are going good, we have everything, we'll talk more, okay? But, so. Oh, we still need we need Suffolk County Planning. Fire marshal? I didn't see that.
How long is that?
Suffolk County and then
Oh,
They redid the whole thing just now. Yeah,
yeah, we're gonna hold it.
okay. Yeah.
So
I'll
we
do
gave
that.
you a copy of, you got a copy of the fire marshal, right? So get in touch with them, get them down there to take a look and check it out. They'll send that report in to us, and. And
Yeah,
Suffolk County Planning will come to us direct, there's nothing
Okay.
you need to do.
I was going to say, we didn't receive anything.
Yeah, no, that's, yeah.
Okay, so fire marshal's the only thing I can deal with presently?
All right?
Thank you.
Yeah, once we get that, then we can move on.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna-
Good luck.
Thank you, sir. That's great. Thank you.
Come with a discount.
Close line.
Oh. Closed and reserved on application 24080. Leave the record open for fire marshal and Suffolk County Planning.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, what's the next one? This one or the other one?
The adjourned ones.
Yeah. Next application is application 24054, Deer Park Podiatry, property located in Deer Park. Oh, yeah? Oh, down North Babylon, sorry.
Hi.
Name and address for the record, please.
1428 Deer Park Avenue, North Babylon, New York 11703.
I need your name, too.
Hyojung Kim.
Okay. And do you affirm to tell the truth?
I do.
Oh, she didn't, that's what I was gonna- For the record, we have a planning division memo dated April 24th, 2024. Environmental control memo dated April 25th, 2024. If approved, this application will not result in significant impact. A survey by Jerome Demaro, which is undated. Site plan by Empire State Land Surveyors dated October 7th, 2021. Tax map acting as an area map. And
Chairman, there's 4 photographs.
would you like to tell us about the application? What would you like to tell us about the application?
I hope to retain existing sign with the 2 feet east setback. And, this was previously approved 1 year. So I hope you guys approved again.
Okay, I'll turn the hearing over to Ms. McCullough.
Okay, so the sign is in the same location, there was no change to it?
Nothing has been changed since like 50, 60 years ago.
All right, because we did receive a survey, so we had to change the dimensions based on what the survey portrayed.
Survey?
Yeah, that's
So-
fine. It's still in the same location, nothing's changed.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's it. You're right, I have no further questions.
Any other questions from the board? Would anyone like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none. Yeah.
I make a motion to approve application 24-054 for 3 years.
Second.
Finally, a first one.
Aye.
All in favor? Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good luck. Thanks.
Thank you.
Next application is application 24047 of Mincash Business Alliance Property LLC, property located in Wydanch. Name and address for the record.
Sabir Mantine, 4 Coventry Court, Wheatley Heights, New York, 11798.
Do you affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, sir.
For the record, we have a planning division memo dated May 30th, 2024. What else? Environmental control memo dated May 29th, 2024. There's a number of items on here. You should have a copy of that. It would have
No,
been
I
with
do not
the
have that. Is that
paperwork
here?
was up there. Survey by Jason Lettingham dated December 6, 2021. Tax map acting as an area map and
Chairman, there's 8 photographs in the site plan by Lewis Swift.
What would you like to tell us about the application?
Yes, Yes, the application is seeking a 15-foot relief on the secondary front of the property, which is located, I guess that would be considered the northwest right there. Yeah, the northwest corner, that would be on Dole Street. I guess just cutting through the chase in terms of whether, the request is creating an undesirable change in the character. The proposed single-family structure is in keeping with the neighborhood in terms of size, scope, average lot size, colonial style, owner-occupied, and there's no other special permission that has been requested from Suffolk County Health and or the Town of Babylon. Whether this benefit could be achieved by some other means, feasible means. The lot itself, as you guys see, is an irregular lot. It's unique in its size, shape, geography. So it's not self-created, the need. I guess thirdly, whether the requested relief is substantial. It's not substantial based on previous approvals and relief granted to, I have several prior, let me get it. Several prior applications that were submitted to the board for secondary front relief. To be exact and certain, 15-foot relief on the front, which I am requesting, secondary front, and I can just. There are other requests, other approvals that you guys have approved in the past, but I just was able to quickly, through the Freedom of Information, get you 3, where the 15-foot setback on the secondary front was permitted. So, lastly, in terms of environmental impact, I'll be glad, be honest with you guys, when this thing is over, so I don't have to pay a landscaper to clean up the dumping that's going on there, the trash, the loitering. The neighbor next door has a party on my lot every 4th of July, Memorial Day, Labor Day. So I'll be glad when this is over, I can put up a fence to stop all of that. And I just humbly request that you give us the relief requested.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So I guess the frontage on Doe Street is, that's a secondary, it's a secondary front no matter what, but why is this going to front on Lakewood as opposed to Grand Boulevard?
Originally, when we planned this 3 or 4 years ago, it was to accommodate, it was prior to the approval of the sewer lines in this section of the town. Now there's sewer lines. So previously there were the rear facing Grand Boulevard was where the septic system would have been and a retaining wall. And it was a 5-ring belt system that we had proposed, and it was in that backyard facing there. Secondly, I do believe that years ago, because there's evidence of it, there was a dwelling on the property, but I believe that dwelling faced Grand Boulevard because there's remnants of it, there's steps and concrete and things of that nature that's still there on the property. So in keeping with that, I guess, previous structure, there's actually a curb and apron around the property, and the driveway apron is actually on Lakewood. So financially speaking, we would just wanted to kind of keep it that way. And then Lakewood is just it's more private, no public, transportation. It allows more private street parking. as opposed to Grand Boulevard with shared parking with the residents, excuse me, the neighbors and other residents. A lot more foot traffic. It's a bus route. So just in terms of privacy and quietness and sanctity, I guess, Lakewood was a better location. And based on the shape of it as well, we have more space on Lakewood, and the front space for the frontage.
On that planning memo, there are a number of covenants, restrictions, and conditions. Would you agree to all of them?
Yes, sir.
Any other questions from the board?
No, it's not going to be on a slab, because it is a high water table, and yeah, it has a high water table, and that's why we're proposing, prior to them putting in sewers, a retaining wall and a ring system. So it's on a slab, no basement. Not keeping the same setbacks, Katie. We would kind of have to redesign the whole house and structure, and only because of that part that sticks out, that little L part, that wouldn't work if we flipped the house around. Because I thought about it when I saw the memo, whether we should do that or not, but if we flipped it around, it would kind of mess it up. You're right there. You see, because it's very narrow, and that corner there, if you look at the survey, it's very narrow there. So that little part where that little arrow is that you have right there, it would not work because the corner of the house we wouldn't have. And in other words, I would have to ask you for a reduced rear yard setback if we did that.
Any other? Yeah. Would anyone like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none. We're going to close the hearing, reserve decision. You'll get the decision in the mail. Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks for coming down.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
You don't need this for me. Okay.
That concludes the live streaming portion.